If you want to check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on to the final game on Max's card here for us at odds.com. 9 p.m. Eastern. Number 13 ranked Missouri Tigers, 7-1, 1-1 in the SEC at Mississippi State Bulldogs, 6-4, 1-1 in the SEC. Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville, Mississippi. FanDuel has Mississippi State as 1.5-point dogs. That's just with minus 105 juice. They're plus 114 on the money line. And the total sitting at 138.5. We'll start with Missouri. Bounce back from their first loss of the season. An ugly 73-53 setback at home to Tennessee with an 81-68 win at Arkansas on Saturday. Missouri doesn't get enough distribution. They average only 11.9 assists per game. They hit just 27.2% from three. They're led by junior guard Xavier Pinson, who is averaging 15 points, 2.6 boards, and 2.3 assists per game. Mississippi State's 3-game winning streak was snapped in a tough 78-73 double overtime loss at home to Kentucky. Guards Iverson, Molinar, and DJ Stewart are hard to stop. They combine to average 36.7 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 6.1 assists. But these Bulldogs are terrible at the foul line, hitting just 60.4% from the stripe. We close shop here in the SEC Max, 9 p.m. Eastern, Missouri, Mississippi State. Let's roll.
Yeah, listen, Jim, I'll tell you one thing. Mizzou, they're definitely a good team. They play good defense. They have good balance. And let's give them some credit, you know. They've done their job in games that they've gone out on the road on. They took care of Arkansas. They took care of Wichita State on the road. They're going to go into Mississippi State, and they don't got to deal with Reggie Perry this year. That's going to be very advantageous for them. When I look at this Mizzou team and I watch them play, I see that they got a lot of good guard depth. They can use Drew Smith, the Evansville transfer. They can bring Drew Buggs off the bench, who's a pass-first point guard from Hawaii. Then, of course, you already mentioned Xavier Pinson's really taken the role of alpha dog in the freaking backcourt and ran with it. I think that's a good thing for someone to establish themselves. When I look at Mizzou, this is a game and a team that they want to keep this game ugly. You don't want to get past the 140s because then the best advantage that Missouri has, which is their on-ball defense and their ability to not get beat on the glass, is really a moot point. Jeremiah Tillman, that's where his job starts. Jeremiah Tillman has to give you an all-around effort to win this game on the road. They've had trouble with this Mississippi State program. I think that this is the year that they're able to go out on the road and beat this team. I am a little nervous because there is this number that they call a ranking in front of Mizzou's name. So normally from studying my records from last year, I know I'm not good in this spot, but this is a situational spot for Missouri. This is a step-up game for Mississippi State, and we've seen what they've done in step-up games. They cough up leads, and they blow games. So I'm not looking to back this very nice scoring combo of Molinar and DJ Stewart. I'm worried about Jalen Johnson, the Louisiana transfer, being effective. That's the guy that you got to shut down. I think that Tolu Smith, who's been able to really do a good job on the glass, that's a guy that you got to worry about boxing out on and trying to take some drivers at him to hopefully saddle him with a couple early fouls and a trip to the pine. I think that with this Mississippi State team, they are susceptible to getting out to good starts and blowing those leads. Hopefully, we don't need to worry about that. This is a nice wire-to-wire win for Mizzou, but it is worth pointing out. Both teams have done a good job in limiting points in the first half, with under 30 being the average for both. However, I think that with Missouri's style, tempo, roster depth, they're going to be able to dictate the pace. They're going to be able to dictate what happens on the offensive end as far as are they able to get Tillman involved enough. I think they're going to. I think they're going to chase Molinar and Stewart off the 3-point line. I think they're going to win at the free throw line, and they're going to freaking cover up all the blemishes that they have from giving up offensive rebounds. This is a Missouri spot for me. I would have loved to get the opener, which I saw at -1 or -0.5 point. And I'm fine taking it for the show. I'll even add the under because I believe that Missouri, like I said, will control the tempo, and that means that this game is going to end up around maybe 132 to 135. So 138.5 or better would be good for me also.
Yes, all the books are hanging different spreads, and we have 2 different totals. So the lowest on Missouri is -1.5 at -115. You can get that, or you could get -2 at -110.
I'll take the -2 at -110, please.
Missouri -2. It is 2.5 at Bet365. Missouri -2 at -110 at Circa. And yes, we can offer you that 138.5. It's 137.5 at Circa, but we go back to FanDuel and we get the under 138.5 at FanDuel. 138.5 at -110 at FanDuel. And that wraps up Max's card. Max, let's do a review to make sure everything is straight. You have at 6 p.m. Eastern, you start your action. Dayton Flyers -11 and the under 127.